The trend of console exclusives making their way to other platforms continues as two PS4 and Nintendo exclusives come to Xbox Game Pass. There seems to be no end to the multitude of game services available at the moment, and each platform contains a vast selection of great games from which to choose. Whether you prefer PlayStation, Xbox or Nintendo, there is an array of exclusive content to each console that attracts specific gamers. PlayStation is known for their great epics such as Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War, while Xbox has iconic titles such as Halo. Nintendo gamers are treated to all kinds of zany games, but some standout titles include the large selection of games from the Mario and Zelda series. Exclusives usually remain on one console or another, but we have recently seen the trend begin to curve. For example, Horizon Zero Dawn, a PS4 exclusive and a Sony production, made its way to Steam last year for PC users to purchase. It has also been announced that Sony plans to continue this, and more PS4 exclusives will make their way to Xbox and PC. This week, two PS4 and Switch exclusive titles have been added to Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass subscription service. Yakuza 6. Octopath Traveler. Yakuza 6 is the latest in the series' main installments and is considered the best so far, while Octopath Traveler is an RPG game that captures old nostalgia and new technology. Yakuza 6. Published by Sega, the Yakuza series is hugely popular in Japan with a cult-like following in the UK and the US. The series focuses beat-em-up action with a strong emphasis on story and character progression, and also some quirky in-game features. The story follows Kazuma Kiryu as he fights brutal crime lords and corrupt police alike on the mean streets of Japan, and is now in its 6th chapter. Yakuza 6 sees Kazuma trying to find out what has happened to his daughter after waking up in the hospital from a coma following the events of Yakuza 5. Gameplay is typical of a Yakuza game, with many action scenes, cutscenes, and emotional segments that aim to deliver character pathos. Although Kazuma is a criminal, he is essentially an anti-hero with strong family bonds and relationships which have been formed throughout the series. Some of the quirky in-game features include play spots that allow you to play real Sega games such as Virtua Fighter, Space Harrier, and Puyo Puyo. Octopath Traveler. Published by Square Enix, Octopath Traveler is described as an HD 2D game because of its intuitive isometric perspective with highly detailed visuals. Perhaps to regain a sense of nostalgia or as a fun quirk, the game's visual presentation is a blend of old and new. The game world is made from a modern, high-polygon 3D environment in an isometric view, while the game's characters are rendered as retro 2D sprites. The game is an RPG adventure that allows you to control one of 8 characters at a time while traversing a harsh world filled with dangers. Traditional turn-based battles make up the bulk of the game, but each character offers something new when exploring, with unique path options when interacting with NPCs. Path options open up a new dialogue when interacting, but can cause NPCs to ignore a character if not handled properly. The story is a typical RPG story that sees the 8 characters on quests with their own objectives, which can become intermingled with each other according to progression. Making exclusive titles available on other platforms is a great step forward in lifting the boundaries between each system, but more could be done. It doesn't seem fair to make some people wait for a long time to play a game just because they don't have the right console when a game isn't a first-party development. Understandably, first-party exclusives are what attracts a potential fan base to a machine, but signing exclusivity deals with developers seems archaic at this point. If the aim of developers is to provide a solid gameplay experience for all, then they really need to start thinking about where either loyalty lies: with the customer or the corporation.